Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we are going to dive into a philosophy for building some serious mental toughness, breaking down a set of challenges designed to forge a mind that is truly hardened and resilient.
So where do we even begin? Well, this whole idea kicks off by challenging you to take a blunt, honest inventory of what's holding you back. And I mean everything. We're talking past traumas, current obstacles, and maybe even the uncomfortable truth that you grew up a little too comfortable, that you were never really forced to push your limits. But here's the twist, and this is the core of the whole thing. This philosophy is all about taking that raw list, all the pain, all the insecurities, all the disadvantages, and turning it into pure fuel. Every single one of those things is about to become the very engine for your success.
All right, so stage one. This whole journey starts with some raw, real self-assessment. And it begins by getting brutally honest with yourself in a way that, let's face it, most of us are taught to avoid. You know, this process isn't about those gentle affirmations or just massaging your ego to feel better. No. According to this philosophy, the goal is to completely abolish the ego. It's about building thicker skin by facing the unvarnished, often brutal truth about yourself. So, check this out. The first tool you're going to use is called the accountability mirror, and it's as simple as it is powerful. The idea is to physically cover a mirror with post-it notes of your goals, your dreams, and your shortcomings. That way, you literally can't look at your own reflection without also confronting the raw, honest truth of where you really stand. And the key to this whole thing? Brutal honesty. You don't sugarcoat it. Then you take your big goals and you break them down into these tiny, actionable micro steps. A note only comes off that mirror when the task is actually done. It creates this powerful feedback loop that makes your progress tangible and your goals pretty much impossible to ignore.
Okay, so once you've faced reality head-on, the next step is to actually forge the mental tools you're going to need to manage your mindset when you're really under pressure. And the first tool is, honestly, it's a great one. It's called the cookie jar. Think of it like this. It's a mental list of every victory you've ever had and every hardship you've ever overcome. It's your personal highlight reel of resilience, just waiting for you to access it when you're feeling drained and you need proof of your own strength.
Now take a look at what fills this jar. Notice it's not just about, trophies or big shiny wins. The most powerful cookies in that jar, they're memories of your absolute toughest moments, the times you failed and you got back up, the personal struggles you conquered. That's where the real proof of your resilience is hiding.
And this is so important. The cookie jar is not for sitting around and patting yourself on the back. No. The source describes it as a tactical weapon. You pull out a cookie in the heat of battle to remind yourself what you're made of and to channel that energy into the current fight.
All right, tool number 2, strategic visualization. Now, this goes way beyond just, daydreaming about success or positive thinking. This is a detailed mental rehearsal for both victory and adversity.
See, the real magic here isn't just picturing yourself on the podium. True strategic visualization means you also rehearse the struggle. You identify the most likely obstacles, and you mentally game plan exactly how you are going to attack them. This prepares you for the fight, not just for the win.
All right, so you've got your mental tools sharpened and ready. Now, the focus shifts. We're moving from all that internal work to external action. And that means actively seeking out hardship to build your strength. So, welcome to what's called the discomfort zone. And the philosophy here is dead simple. Do something that sucks every single day. By willingly bringing discomfort into your normal routine, you're systematically building calluses on your mind, making it tougher and more resilient against stress and hardship.
And look, this doesn't have to be some monumental task, especially when you're just starting out. It's really about consistently choosing the path that has just a little more resistance in all these small daily ways. Making your bed perfectly, doing that one extra rep. Each small choice is just another layer of mental armor.
This leads us to a really powerful concept the source calls taking souls. So imagine you're facing someone who doubts you, a boss, a coach, a rival. The strategy isn't to get angry. It's to use overwhelming excellence. You outperform their expectations so completely that you don't just win,
You dominate the entire interaction, and you earn their respect.
The whole strategy is to go so far beyond what's expected that your work ethic itself becomes the only possible response. You show up earlier, you stay later, you do the extra work. Your performance just becomes this undeniable answer to their doubt, and it fundamentally shifts the entire power dynamic.
So you might be thinking, okay, this is great, but how do I actually make this a lifelong thing? How do I sustain it? Well, this final section is basically the operating system for turning these tools into a sustainable pursuit of what the source calls uncommon greatness.
And here is a really powerful mental framework. It's called the 40% rule. The whole idea is that when your mind is screaming at you, telling you to quit, that you're done, that you can't possibly go on, you've actually only used about 40% of what you're truly capable of. The trick is to just push 5 or 10% further. You've always got more in the tank.
But where do you find the time for all this extra effort? Well, you implement this 3-week scheduling challenge. Week 1, you just track your time, find all the wasted minutes and hours. Week 2, you build a brand new, optimized schedule, locking everything into blocks. And by week 3, you've got a system that reclaims those lost hours for productive work.
Look, on a path like this, failure isn't just going to happen, it's literally a requirement for growth. But, and this is key, you have to weaponize it. The tool for this is a military-style debrief called the After Action Report, or AAR.
And this isn't about beating yourself up. It's a tactical debrief, plain and simple. You are generous about what actually went right, you're brutally honest about what went wrong, and then, this is the most important part, you schedule your next attempt with specific, concrete adjustments. This process turns every single failure into a lesson that makes you better.
And that brings us to the final, and probably most crucial realization. This whole process, it never, ever ends. Greatness isn't some destination you arrive at. As the source material puts it so perfectly, it's a state that requires constant, unending effort, because it can vanish in an instant.
So there you have it. You've seen the tools, you've heard the philosophy for hardening your mind. The only question left is the one right there on the screen. After hearing all this, what are you going to do differently?